Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaf here. It's the time of giving, happy holidays. So I'm hoping you're enjoying the holiday season if you celebrate it. If not, just enjoy the week. I'm sure you're gonna have a blast, but there are brand new codes for us to use, and instead of I was actually literally unwrapping gifts, but that's okay. Let's use the coupon codes we have. They'll be in the comment section down below. We get 200 essence, and also I think there's one more for another 200 essence. So this is our gift to you, boom. 400 essence to go, why not? Some summons coming in. Never hurts to have more codes, again in the comment section down below. Never want to waste your time, but remember, these codes will expire pretty soon. So that's why I always recommend you subscribe to the channel and drop your like. That way, when new codes do drop, you are notified ASAP. That way you don't miss out. Very, very important. A lot of these codes only last about a day to a few days, or even they could be limited time use. So based on how many codes are present, it can only be used like 10,000 times, 20,000 times, etc. So make sure, please, use them when you can. Otherwise, yeah, you will be missing out. But also, speaking of missing out, please do not forget, it's basically your last chance. You only have like 2 days left to support us and receive all these codes right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 codes. I will be sending them out pretty often over the next few days. That way, anyone who does support late, yes, I'm looking at you, does get the code. So don't worry, just support. You only have literally like 2 days left to redeem them. So please do it ASAP. Otherwise, there is not enough time for me to send them to you. The link is down below, and I'm still trying to reach us to the 20,000 mark. That way, I can get codes like the ones today, potentially from the Marble, to celebrate the 20,000 mark, unless they hate us for some reason, which I don't think they do. But also, I do want to remind you your support is going to be removed very soon. Netmarble said they're going to have an extension button coming up right here. So if you go to my page and my support, my name should pop up here with an extension button, though I don't think they added it in just yet. They're actually 2 days past when they should have added the extension button, so I don't know what's going on, but don't worry, I'll keep you posted. Because if your support is removed, well, you're not going to get codes anymore, very important, so I will update you, don't worry. Now, aside from codes, I do want to cover that brand new weapon because, honestly speaking, it seems like it is the best in slot for light weapons in general and light skills. At A5, remember, it's a free A5 weapon. It does give us substantial boost, so like I covered in my video, the testing video, it took me so long to complete. Man, testing is not fun in this game. It takes a long time, and it takes a lot out of you, but as you can see, the 99.99% debuff from Golden Wound, unfortunately, does not apply the way we thought it would, giving us a straight up, let's just say 100%, light damage increase. No, unfortunately, it actually translated to about a 5% increase, so that's a bit of a shame. We don't know the exact calculation formula, but we know it's not as much as we were expecting, which is fine. But I did test it against the Light Spear, did test it out against the Huntsman at 810, by the way, and I did use our test plum as well. Yes, we have 2 plums, one I used for testing to avoid the A10 bonus. That's how whaley we've gotten, where we do have a lot of dupes right now, which is good actually. I actually don't mind getting all these dupes. I'm not going to salvage them anymore. I'm just going to use them to test future weapons out. Very, very smart if you ask me. But going back to our weapon here, it's actually surprising how many copies of Plum we've gotten. Wow. If you think about it, we've gotten, what, 15 copies of Plum? Probably more. Was it 16 or something? 17? With the 8th MO, it's like 17 copies of Plum, but only A4 Scatty, and yeah, I think that's the only weapon we haven't gotten past the A5 mark in Vulcan's Rage, so pretty good. But as I was saying, honestly, the devs did outdo themselves. This brand new weapon here, the Gold-tailed Fox, so it makes me wonder, are future game modes going to require a light weapon? So this will help boost our combat power because we get to A5 right away, also boosting our armory, which is going to be very good for freeway players. We do already get an A5 light weapon, so that means potentially you might not need to pull for any light weapons, but I do want to say the staff, Divine Quarterstaff, is one of the strongest weapons in the game, and the fact that the brand new weapon does give us more crit, fixing all our crit issues, is a huge plus. So more on that weapon coming out in the future once we do have proper battle modes to test it on, but right now, based on testing we did, yeah, it's looking like it potentially is one of the best in slot weapons for the light category, especially if you're not a whale. And it did, for me at least, beat out Plum by just a bit, only the light category. Remember, Plum is an all-around weapon. It's there to basically work with any situation, any weapon, any typing. But in the light category, it might have been dethroned with the brand new weapon here, the Gold-tailed Fox, a very easy weapon to use. You honestly don't even have to use a debuff. It's just for the bonuses it applies. At A5, they're honestly quite substantial, giving us attack increases, crit damage increases, crit rate increases. 20% as a crit rate increase for any light-related skill is quite high. So, very, very happy to see the devs are pumping in weapons that are free and actually finally viable. I know we had other weapons in the past, like this one here. It wasn't too bad, honestly. If you were new, it honestly did provide a pretty good dose of damage and help overall, so yeah. I feel like the devs are shifting their ways, making weapons viable. Previously with the Merlin weapon, if I can find it here, this one here, unfortunately not the best, the Marlin surfboard. It's alright, it's funny, it's cool, but besides doing gold gates, yeah, not much use. But the kebab is alright. It just didn't have its place, and it still doesn't necessarily. But don't get me wrong, it's my favorite weapon in the game. First of all, it's juicy, and it's a grilled skewer. I mean, wouldn't you love to eat that? Looks delicious. But yeah, just want to cover the weapon again. If you want to start testing, it's all in the link down below on our latest video. Took me a long time to complete it, so please do check it out. Big fan of what the devs are doing, but I'm very curious, are we finally going to get a game mode where we're going to use the Divine Quarterstaff? I actually love it. It is one of the coolest weapons in the game, at least to me, especially with the counter ability, where you can easily just get some damage off, avoid attacks, and yeah, overall, just a very cool weapon. And honestly, the counter effect is one of the coolest features of the weapon. A lot of you didn't know it was part of the kit. You thought it was just a hold down ability and not also a counter attack. So let me just show you. Let me just hop like probably over here and charge it up, and we get hit, boom, Heavenly Destruction. We get the full attack off. It charges a gauge basically all the way up to the 500% mark, so you don't have to worry about holding it down, getting you all the way. If you just counterattack, yeah, you are good to go. So again, a very cool weapon. You saw there again, Heavenly Destruction. It does sometimes miss, so that's the one problem, but if you do aim on the target, it does make aiming much better versus manual aiming. Up to you what you want to do, but overall, one of my most favorite weapons to date. I mean, come on, a Wukong staff. Can you really pass up on that? I sure can. So, in the comments, let me know if you tried out the brand new weapon yet. A lot of you probably don't have it to A5. Again, I do have a guide for that to make sure you get the weapon all the way to A5 quickly. There is a method to it. I've received a ton of messages of people telling me, oh, I'm going to rush the weapon, I'm going to get my instance dungeons, encore missions in using Essence, buying the keys. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that, and please don't do that. You max out the event regardless. I mean, I haven't bought any keys besides gate keys, and I already maxed out all the awards because we did the math, and that way we know we don't need to waste Essence needlessly to pull a weapon we're guaranteed to get. And just to clarify really quickly, when it comes to the boss challenge, do note that my Akari is A5 and above. That means I get 65 points, but when it comes to Mirei, Cha, and also the weapon here, you get the same points regardless. So for A0 Akari, you're getting 15 points, so do note that. Tomorrow I do get one more weapon from this here, and another weapon from the login event, right over here. So that's already an A7 weapon for free, and I think I get one, if not two more. I still recall how many I've opened so far. I think I only get one more weapon. So that's an A8 weapon basically guaranteed that the devs do provide us for free, which I do love to see. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop your like, make sure to subscribe. That way, I do know you want more content like this. On that note, this is your Code King Zaf, signing out.